I hate that when or what's up, guys? Jared here for Geek Church. Just hanging out. I'm almost done with a goal I've been working on with Minecraft for, I don't know, a year plus? No, about a year. And I'm almost done with it. But anyways, what I was saying is, I hate that anytime I want to stream from the PlayStation itself, it never works the first time. I always have to do it twice. So it starts, and it sometimes it's before it even says like the time, the elapsed time, and sometimes it's like 2, 3, 4 seconds into it, and it's like, oh, it stopped. I'm like, what the? Oh yeah, it does this every time. But then it's awkward because then like on my streams, or like if I do it, right, this is just Twitch, but if I do, so obviously they expire after a while. But like YouTube, I have to go and clean it up because then it's like the same title but for a few seconds. Hope my music's not too loud. I'm gonna check it. I'm listening to Disciple. Let's see. Let's do a quick audio check. Make sure the music's not way too loud. Alexa, pause. Hope my music's not too loud. Oh no, perfect. I'm listening to Disciple. Perfect. Alexa, resume. Yeah, so this is Disciple. I don't think they're a band anymore. But back in the day, when we were first youth pastors, this band was big. Disciple, 1,000 Foot Crutch, Pillar, all those groups. I'm pretty sure they're all gone now. But it's a quick go-to when I just want to listen to some like rock music or something. I don't really want to think. It's either Disciple or Pillar, sometimes, or 1,000 Foot Crutch. I just pick one of them. Alexa, skip. A problem though is like half their songs I've heard so many times that they're almost like cliche now. I just can't listen anymore. Alright, so I'm almost done. Then I'm going to switch over to creative. I'm going to fly up and kind of show you what I've been working on for the last about year, a little more than a year. When I started doing it, I never really expected to finish it just because it was kind of such an insane goal. But essentially what I did, so I like to dig because to me it's like it's almost like meditation or adult color books or something. So I like to put on like a podcast or an audiobook and I just sit here and dig. My kids hate it. They're like, Dad, it's like the worst thing in the world to listen to. It's like so boring to listen to, especially my son Judah. He's kind of a punk because he's like he used to mock me. He walked in, that's why I said that. He doesn't really play anymore, but he used to, and he'd be like, oh, build a such or do whatever. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. He's like, Dad, you don't know how to do that? That's so basic. I'm like, all I do is dig. And I've been doing this since like 2000, not this world here, but I've been playing Minecraft since like 2000 and I don't know, a long time ago, like 10 years, before Microsoft owned it. And I used to just dig with no tools. And then when I was teaching in Virginia, I had a student who was like, almost had an aneurysm when he found out, oh, empty. When he found out that like I would dig with no tools, he's like, you really should build some like pickaxes and stuff. So I started doing that, and that actually made it way better. And I will play sometimes like survival and other things. But when I just want to like relax and just like listen to an audiobook or something, working on my Bible classes or something, and I can just put it on, listen to it, and play this for hours. Like literally 6 to 8 hours on a weekend to get a bunch of like courses or done or something. All right, I switched to creative just really quick to show you kind of what I did. It is pretty insane. It's such a waste of time. If it wasn't for the fact that he's like shaking, my son walked in, he's like shaking his head. If it wasn't for the fact that I all of this digging represents hours and hours and hours of either Bible or books or courses listened to, I would be like ashamed of my life because it's a ridiculous amount of time. Okay, so I have this giant, this is only one thing. There's a lot of stuff in this world. I built like the Sky City here, see if I can show it. And I got bored with it because, so I built, this is the big giant like obsidian one, and there's some other ones you can't see them because of just how big everything is. You just can't see that far. And I got kind of bored building. Like I built the walls up on them, and then I started building like the inside, and then I got kind of bored with that. And I'm like, I just want to go back to digging. So I said, what if I leveled? So I'd had these pillars. I built these pillars down, and then I made them across, right? So it was all built in. What is this? This is a different color. Oh, I'm in a spiral. That's fun. Oh, at one point I was entertaining the idea of walling this all in, but then I got bored with that too. I basically get bored with building. I just like digging. So what I did is, apparently I didn't make that wall out of obsidian. Oh well, whatever. And I made this huge, the same as this thing. I think it's 100 by 100. So it's literally a square of 100 blocks, 100 blocks, 100 blocks, and 100 blocks. Because the other ones were all 50. So the Sky City, there was like 3 of them at 50, and I go, let's go for 100. Took me like a month just to do that, just to do the floor. It was insane. I probably would not have done it if I'd known how crazy it was going to be. And then I'm like, what if, so this was all just like terrain. I go, what if I flattened it? What if I leveled it for this whole thing, this 100 by 100, if I leveled it? And it was kind of a stupid thing to do. But I did it. And so all these, like, you can see all these floating either blocks with torches on them or glow blocks are all, like, there used to be terrain there. So you can see this here was a friggin' mountain. Like, literally, this is a mountain. And as I was digging, because I didn't realize, like, this is dumb because I should have done this as glass because it blocked all the sun. So it'd get dark. So I'd put these glow blocks. First I just put torches on blocks, but I kept accidentally breaking them. So I switched over to these glow blocks. So this was literally a mountain here that you can see. So, like, you can see this side of it here. And this is actually not the tip of it. So it was here, and then it went up, and it went up, and, like, over. Yeah, I'm recording, bud. I'm live streaming, actually. Yeah, I'm showing it, bud. My youngest son's asking. So this represents, like, so much more. And I can tell you what's crazy. I have a really weird brain. I joke that I have, like, a faulty photographic memory, or didactic memory. So I can literally, like, walk around this thing. It's harder now that there's nothing here. There's, like, other than these blocks, there's, like, no. So I'll get lost and confused in here now, and I'll have to, like, look around for, like, something that orients me. But I can walk around this and tell you what I was listening to when I did it. So, like, this section right here at this height, when I was digging, I was listening to a lot of this was Alistair Stone series. And this was right, like, in the very first book when, like, he got the call right in this section I was digging, and he got the call from his almost mentor. I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Yarborough. I remember because I had a senior pastor with the last name of Yarborough. And he was like, hey, I want you to take on an apprentice. And he's like, well, I didn't really want to take on an apprentice, but I kind of owed him a favor. And so, yeah, it was, like, right in here. And then, like, all throughout this. So, like, this section here, let's go, like, this whole from, like, here. Oh, and I was digging down deeper at one point. I don't know why I was digging down deeper for some reason, but then I was like, no, I'm just trying to level it. Like, this whole section, like, and then down and around, like, so basically, well, even further, like, all the way down, like, this. I was listening to Alistair Stone when they were dealing with, I can't think of the name now, but they were, like, the homeless people with powers. That book, and then other ones. So, like, I could just walk around this thing and, like, tell you what I was listening to when I was digging it. So, like, if I come over here, a lot of it was Alistair Stone for this, because I've been listening to Alistair Stone, the Chronicles. There's like 28, there's like 29 of them now, so a lot of this involves him. Okay, so if I come over here, let's see, right about, let's get a little higher. Yeah, that might be me, bud. I might not have no one watching. I had 2 a minute ago. That one may be me because I checked my Twitch stream, so I could just be talking to myself. So you can see I missed some trees, but I've been going back. Whenever I go into creative mode and I fly around, I've been trying to just take out the last of the trees that I left. Alright, I'll just do this while I'm here. Because I think I'm done, bud, and so I'm just flying around and I'm surveying my land to see if I'm done. I think I need to move on to my next goal, which I'm between 2 different things. So, okay, now I'm disoriented. So right in, well, the area I was going to point out, I'm kind of messed up now. Where I was going, I was so I left the houses because I didn't want to mess with all that stuff. Was just auto generated. I didn't want to mess with it, so I just left it because it's kind of cool. So I have this like floating village, which is not at all weird. So yeah, I could literally just go around like when I built this, it was because I was moving resources from these and those chests to like over there where there was like my last little area of digging, and I kept getting like disoriented because there's like nothing here. So I built that just so I could like find it easily. So I guess I can like get rid of it now. But yeah, so I built this and I was listening to, this was recent, so I was done with Alistair Stone. I'm waiting for them to put new books out, and I wish they would write faster. But I was listening to, I'm spacing. All I can think of is Yancey Lazarus, and that was not. I can show you on the map where I was listening to the 6 Yancey Lazarus books, but this was, let's see, Detective Vega. Is his girlfriend? Why am I spacing? I was literally just about to listen to it, and I decided to stream instead. I'm pulling it up because now it's gonna drive me crazy. Let's see. I can't remember his girlfriend's name. Detective Vega. It's literally the series I've been on. I'm like on book 8 of 10. There's 10 of them. It's funny because I started listening to the Yancey Lazarus series after the. So it was the Alistair Stone series that really taught me that I like. That's when I realized I like urban fantasy, and I was done with that, and I got into. It's like a picture of it, but it's so small. And then that got me into wanting more, and so then I listened to Yancey Lazarus and this one I'm trying to think of, Professor Croft. There we go, the Professor Croft series. I didn't find I did think of it before it loaded. It hadn't loaded yet. And so Yancey Lazarus only had 6 books. Professor Croft has 10, and it took me a few books. I didn't really start liking it until like 2.5 or maybe 3. Oh, okay, so this area is interesting. So this was kind of a big milestone for me because I'd been digging over there for like 6 months or so. And then I dug this path over here, and then I started digging out this area. And I was still listening to Alistair Croft for all this over here. Oh, got a tree. So yeah, I was still listening to Alistair Stone. I may have said Croft on accident, but Alistair Stone over here and all this. And so this kind of section right in here, I was listening to well, a couple of the short ones, like kind of over there I was listening to when one of the characters was getting married and they had a crazy bachelor party where he was like stuck on this train and they were like messing with him, and so there was like illusions and stuff, like, but they ended up doing it as like a part as a gift, but like he kind of thought he was going crazy for a minute, so that was funny. Yeah, just lots of different ones because these areas are pretty big, so I listened to several books in each area. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. But anyways, so yeah, I think I'm done. I need to do a couple flyovers just to see, because I did a flyover, and I thought I'm going to have to go back and just get all these trees, I think. So I either go back and clear this all out and get all the glow cubes and everything, which I don't think I'm going to do, because 1, that sounds tedious and boring, and 2, they're kind of like my maps now at this point to remember what I was doing there, because without some of the stuff it's harder to remember what I was doing. 2, I dig this down to bedrock, which at one point I got locked out of this because it corrupted. The file got too big and it corrupted, or it didn't corrupt, it couldn't load. But then they did that update where they made the world deeper, and I think they beefed up like the memory stuff because of that, and then I was able to play this again. So there's a whole nother world, a small world I was doing that I was leveling the whole world, and I got that almost done. And then this got this update, and I came back to this. I'm just like flying through here. I'm thinking of all the stories. It's crazy. If I was in college, I'd totally use this as a study method, because then I could just go back to the area. It's kind of like a reverse Palace of Versailles. and I would be able to like easily study by like review by just coming through here and remembering all the stuff I listen to for studying my books. Maybe I should enroll in college. Anyways, so yeah, or the other thing I could do is I could go to one of those other ones. Like, oh, so yeah, so I could either dig this all the way down, because as you can see, like, it's clearly not to bedrock. It goes down a bit. So I could like dig it all the way down, the whole thing down to bedrock, which I don't think I want to do. Or what I'm probably gonna do is go over to one of these 50 by 50s and dig them out. Okay, so let's get oriented here. Which way's back to... Well, let's just go up to the Sky City. So I think that's what I'm going to probably do, is I'm going to go pick one of the 50 by 50s. Those are all gold and blue. This is the one that's like the crazy black obsidian one I did. I'm probably going to go and dig out the other one. So this is 100 by 100 and it took me about a year. Let's see how long it takes me to do the 350 by 50s. Maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years. We'll see. But it's so massive, like I don't even know which way to go. I intuitively feel like I should go this way. But we'll see. This is crazy. Like I said, I would be like, so like, you wasted your life if this didn't all represent study time. Wow. I mean, the weather doesn't help. It makes it hard to see, but here we go. We're coming up on the edge. Oh, good. I guessed right. Alright, so you can see these other ones. That one's not very well done. So I made this little Sky City. That's like the hub. You follow this thing up. I kind of Dragon Ball Z a little bit inspired, and I was making these. I haven't finished them because I got bored building, like I said. And so yeah, some of them are more done than others. Like this one has a roof and walls. This one is partially done. And then this one is hardly done at all. I got bored, bud. It got boring. I like digging better. I don't know, maybe I'll come back and dig or build on these some more and close the rest of these. And then I started on one of them. I think that one. Let me go. I started building like rooms and stuff, and that was why. I've been listening to a bunch of rooms and everything. I was listening to and just keeping track of the patterns and everything, and building the rooms and the hallways and everything. I just got bored. Never have to think about what to do next, because this will take me forever. There's no way I'll ever finish this, and then I did. So now I have to find my next project, which I'm pretty sure I'm just going to now dig out below this. So let's go see what that's going to look like. So like I said, it's smaller, so it's not going to be as big of a task. So that's going to put us... Oh, and anywhere there was water, I'd fill that in. Alright, so it starts here. Ooh, some big mountains. And that's the other thing too, is like, how do I pick what's ground level? So that I just stopped on a tree. This... What is that? Oh, that's that one. Oh yeah, it's the bordering. Wait, are they sharing a border? Really? Almost. Just a little bit between. That's hilarious. So I'll be able to sometimes look over and see that world. That's crazy. Yeah, so this is what I would be, well, really destroying. Coming through and just digging all this stuff out. It would come all... Whoa, look at that. Come all the way down. Okay, but only to here. So it's a lot smaller. Come down to there. I just have to pick a ground level of how far we go down. But does this one go further than the black one? Interesting. Why would this one go further out this way than the black one, if the black one's supposed to be... Oh, because of where it starts. See, the black one goes further that way. Okay, and then where do we go? Oh, to here. Yeah, so it's a lot smaller of an area, so it shouldn't take as long. But there's 3 of them. So if I decide to do this, it is still going to take a while. There's a lot of water over here, so well, that'll give me somewhere to put all the blocks I dig. And then here's the next one, which then this one is overlaps some of my old stuff. I built this pyramid. This is all solid. I built this all the way up from the ground. It's obviously not quite a pyramid. And then this is where I originally started. I built this glass city. First this little thing to protect me at night. I dug all this out. This was a mountain over here, mountain range. I dug this all out. Well, apparently I didn't finish right there. And then I just have this, I dug this all down. This is incredibly deep. Let's take a look. It's pretty deep. Oh, this goes to bedrock. That's right. Well, it did, but I guess it wouldn't anymore, would it? Because of the update. It just used to go to bedrock. The old bedrock. So I guess I'm not done with it then. If it doesn't go to bedrock anymore. I guess I should finish this. Oh, it still goes deeper than this though. Alright, we're gonna have to do some breakage. Alright, so that was bedrock right there. This glass floor was bedrock. But then with the update, it added all of this. So that's how much deeper the update is. You can see depth-wise. So if you're wondering how much they added on the update, so right there's bedrock. Well, right here, a few of them. And we go from here all the way up. To there. That used to be bedrock. So that's the update. I used to actually walk through this the right way, but I've gotten so tired of it. I'm just going to break through. It's just going to be a shock one day when I come through here and I fall. Oh, yep. I've also listened to nonfiction. I was just talking about some of the fiction ones I was reading, but I've also listened to a lot of nonfiction and a lot of sermons. Alright, so I wanted to do the one that was filled in. So let's refine that. This one has the full catwalk, but not the other thing. It's not that one, so it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so now we just have to figure out and establish a perimeter. We have to figure out what's the lowest point on one of these 4 corners. Oh, this is sea level, so I guess this will be good. But yeah, that's the first thing is I'm gonna have to in creative mode still build a border so I know where to stay in. And I'll make them all that sea level one, so if this stops here, it'll have to go down deeper, obviously, to match. Oh no, because this is maybe even lower? Basically, have to go with the lowest one for it to make sense, I think. Part of this mountain's gonna get a lot of this mountain. So I clearly, oh, it does go down though. Alright. And then back to the first original one. Yeah, that's the hard part, is like trying to figure out which one. Oh, it's not the original one, because that one stops there. Or did I jump? Did I accidentally jump to a different one? Yeah, so it gets a little confusing. Okay, this is the one. Boom, right here. So it's either this one or the next one is going to be the lowest one. So I basically just have to figure that out, which I guess I could do by flying at the level. And then just... I don't want to do that though. So then I have the problem of, if I start building it and I get to one and realize, oh, it's lower, then I have to, like, it gets janky. So I had that problem on that black one. I think I just fixed it at some point. Alright. Well, I don't think I'm going to start on this right now. I think I now know what I need to do. And there's some prep work I have to do before I can even just start digging. That's the thing, is if I do all the prep work ahead of time, I get the boundary in place, and then I basically can just, like, switch back to survival, but peaceful, and then just chillax and just dig. But look, I got a lot of ocean to fill in right here. This is going to take some time just to fill this in, but I fill it in with the blocks that I then dig it down, and anything that's left over I have to put into bins. But one of the other things I'll do is I'll go back to my last place and grab all my pickaxes and shovels that were left over, and crates, bins, whatever that were left over. So I think I'll start here. So I'm going to end this here, and next time I play, this is where I'll start. Alright, thanks for hanging out with me. Jeez, this is taking forever. There we go. See you later.